start streaming. Let's see.
What the hell? Josh Gordon got suspended indefinitely again?
He's probably doing cocaine. All right.
He super fucking lost.
There you go. There's a notification. Do you want to share it on Facebook?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then we should be good. Just gonna let this simmer. Get some people in. All right, we got two viewers. All right. All right. Are you sending out the links?
I already put it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I gave some people the heads up already that it's on and running.
Okay.
And
almost wrapping it up here. Let's see. All right. All right. So, like I said, you want to let this simmer for a bit. All right. So we'll give this our usual 2-3 minutes warm up while we pull up a lot of stuff.
oh man, it's good to be back in the lab, bro.
Right.
We're back in the lab together, back at it again now.
Yes, sir. We don't have the cameras, but we will have them soon.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of inconveniences. No, not a lot of inconvenience, but a lot
Just
of stuff.
misplaced batteries. That's all. I'll just call it as it is.
Right.
Misplaced batteries.
Misplaced batteries.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. The NBA is going on right now.
What more do you want to see, other than the new big three that formed over there in Brooklyn?
Did they finally trade him?
Yeah. And then I'll show you a meme later, dude. That's fucking funny.
Okay, we should be good on that end.
And first comment, just make sure first comment that gets put it up there, we'll go ahead and post that up.
Yes, sir.
We'll pin it to the top.
All right. Give it a couple more minutes.
Let's see who's here for the cheeks of the week.
The cheeks of the week.
A lot of people are probably gonna be surprised this week, and kind of a little surprised that, you know what, I'm nominating quite a few people this week.
There's a lot of people who deserve it,
Yeah, definitely.
but
You know what? Let's just we'll make a list this time.
list.
Yeah, we'll make it a list.
Well, like we said, we're about to have the awards coming up soon as well.
The awards.
So, alrighty, I guess let's give it, like I said, 30 more seconds, and then we'll dive right into it.
Rock and roll.
Dive right into it. See what's lacking, what's cracking and popping.
All y'all out there on YouTube checking us out, hey, thanks for joining with us, man. We appreciate you guys. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. 15 more seconds. Man, we should get a song. We should get like an introduction music. We need a DJ. You know a DJ?
I know a couple. I know a couple.
DJ.
Couple haters. Couple DJs. Couple of this, couple of that.
Couple everything.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's get started then, bro. All right, so we're obviously gonna talk about the games from the wild card, as the title goes, the Super Bus wild card. A lot of that one team I wanted to be in go forward didn't, but I guess the first team we're gonna talk about is Buffalo versus the Colts. What do we have on that one?
Let's see. We both had the Colts, and the Colts were +6.5, so we both got the dub on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why Vegas decided to doubt. Decided to doubt in the sense of betting odds. So obviously Philip Rivers, I don't think he had a. I mean, if you watched the game, he had an okay game. And then Jonathan Taylor, once again, we said that I believe if they had more success in the run, they were going to win. But even then, Taylor 21 carries, 78 yards, and one touchdown. Not bad, man.
Not a bad day
And
for
then
him at the office.
exactly, and Naheem Himes, obviously, he's going to be the backup. I don't know how
I,
he managed to average more yards than Taylor.
and this is where I don't like them whole split back personalities that certain teams like to have. Although it is helping the team to make a. It kind of reminds me a little bit about back in the days when I don't know if you remember Chris Johnson and Lendell White when they made both Thunder and Lightning or Slash and Dash or something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember exactly what it was.
I don't think I was like super into football then, but I do remember that was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what they're trying to make, but I'm not a big fan of it. But hey, if it works in the system, why not?
And and the next guy that maybe next year is going to be one of those diamond in the rough wide receivers, especially in deep leagues, man, is Michael Pittman Jr. He's also, I believe, part of the rookie class of wide receivers this year, right?
He was. We really didn't give as much love to him because we were really high on other wide receivers.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, he still wasn't like this impressive, almighty guy.
Yeah,
But he did catch a like he was one of those receivers that had a good game and then didn't have a good game. So he was like inconsistent, or he would have two straight good games and then disappear for a while. T.Y. Hilton would take over, but we definitely did say that this game, like I said, it would come down to Jonathan Taylor. But if we now switch it over to the Buffalo side, we said the guy that would set this team up for success was Cole Beasley. And Lord and behold, if you watch the game, hot sauce.
house
Hot
sauce.
sauce was the one that had to come through with the clutch plays. I mean, Stephon Diggs still got 6 reception, 128 yards. But to be honest, like we keep saying, football, I mean, the stats could lie to you. You get me? Kind of like we could just show you a quarterback and say, oh, this quarterback got a QBR of 100. But he can play like complete garbage during the
Yeah,
game, and he got it during crunch, like what do they call it, trash time.
yeah,
So but Cole Beasley had those clutch, like we need a first down,
yeah.
So Beasley, can you come in and do your awesome performance? And then Josh Allen looked human, and in that last play, if anybody saw the game, Josh Allen almost lost the game with that sack.
Yeah, he did.
He took a little playbook notes off of Patrick Mahomes
Whoa, 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 whoa,
getting
whoa,
those
whoa, whoa,
the
whoa.
longest sack ever. So
Yeah, notes on the longest sack. Yeah, about all anything else.
but
Patrick Mahomes. Hey, no, 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 no.
but this is what we were talking about, that Josh Allen. I don't know, man. I just don't think this kid is set up for like huge things as everybody sold on to be. This year he was phenomenal because obviously there was no fans in the stands, but I think Josh Allen is gonna be like one of those 8-8 quarterbacks.
We'll see how we'll see
When
how it
fans come
goes
back.
once the fans come all start
Yeah.
coming back. That's gonna definitely play a big role with everybody else. 'Cause now, like right now, you can actually
Hmm.
concentrate. There no. I'm surprised a lot of people still got caught up with the heart counts and everything like that.
Yeah.
Still with all that going on, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it comes with the fan noise and everything like
Yeah.
that. Being on rival turf, go
Exactly.
out there and see how that goes for you.
Yeah, because I don't. Like I said, most of the teams that they faced this year, if they had the crowd, I'm pretty sure. And they almost lost a couple of those games.
Yeah,
Josh Allen,
just like this one.
yeah. So that's why I'm not super sold. That's why when we talked, when that week when they beat the Denver Broncos, they're like my revenge game or whatever. I was like, all right,
So,
cool.
there's a saying that I used to talk about certain teams that would perform. They were phenomenal. They'd go undefeated in preseason, and then all of a sudden, once the regular season comes about, they were dead, dead players, dead teams, dead
Yeah,
everything. So this sort of reminds me of this franchise that was like that, and that franchise was the Raiders. And preseason, the Raiders were always one of the best teams, the team to beat
yeah,
during preseason. They were always talking Super Bowl or bust during those times. Once the regular season come about, bam, the real Raiders came out and they were garbage,
yeah.
hot garbage.
I think if the backups were in the role, I think that would, you know.
And so, with that being said,
Mm,
I'm almost ready to put the Bills in that category as
mm,
well, where it's saying they're the preseason Raiders of the regular season, if that makes any sense.
yeah. So yeah, like you said it. But at the end, if Josh Allen, I think, has to play in a stadium with a hostile environment, because I think from here on out, I don't think they're hosting, right? I think it would go through Chiefs Kingdom.
They're gonna
So,
at
um,
least over there in the Chiefs Kingdom, they actually have a couple fans up in there.
yeah, and then Zach Moss, I believe, is out. He's done. And guess who they brought in? Devontae Freeman. Yeah, they put him on the practice squad. I think he's gonna. Obviously, he's gonna start. I believe behind Singletary.
He should, yeah, more than likely he should
So,
have the backup role.
so yeah,
But
Zach Moss.
Singletary should be getting the majority of the carries in
Yeah,
that game.
and then for those who have been keeping up with us and have actually watched us since the beginning, we actually said the kid, yeah, Zach Moss was whatever.
Yeah,
We
we weren't
weren't.
really impressed with him at all.
Yeah, if anything, we were more impressed with Swift.
Yeah,
And then everybody was like, and we even said it that Swift had a garbage line
garbage.
when it came to the Bulldogs.
Hmm.
So and Buffalo against the Ravens next week. Geez, I don't want any of these teams in the final, like it to the AFC chip. But I think if I had to choose one, Buffalo, just because I want Josh Allen to choke on the biggest
On the
scene of
biggest
them
stage
all.
of all.
Yeah. So, I don't like Lamar Jackson just because I don't think he's a quarterback. He's a running back, and he proved it going up against the Titans. And the Titans, and we said it, man. We'll talk about the
We'll talk
Tennessee.
about that. We'll talk about that
the
game
Titans.
shortly.
But from here, like I said, next year Taylor, he's gonna be if you're playing a deep 12-man league, top 3 rounds.
If or unless you have it as a dynasty league.
Oh, if you have
If you have a dynasty league, hey,
he's a
that'd
good
be
stash.
yeah, that's a good stash.
But Taylor, I think, depending on how the running back situation is going to go next year, I even think he'll be gone by the second round.
He should.
There's the people that like to stack up on running backs, and Taylor is.
I
Gonna
don't
be,
see him in the second round. I could see more, like you said, third round,
Yeah.
maybe.
After third round, if he's there, man, please invite us to your leagues.
Yeah, definitely.
if he's there after the third round.
Definitely.
But next year, Josh Allen, I'd be cautious of him. This year, like I said, amazing, no fans. There's no need for him to choke.
Hmm.
You know, Stephon Diggs was we called him a diamond in the rough, and we said it. If he was to get a connection with Josh Allen, he would be lights out. Lord and behold,
He had a connection.
lights out. That's the one thing that was holding us back, though, from definitely putting him in a fantasy top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Josh,
We didn't know what to expect from him, especially
Yeah.
with no preseason or nothing like that.
Yeah. So now I know to start Stephon Diggs when
Mhm.
they're at home.
Yep.
Not away if there's fans. Now moving on to the next game, it's the Rams versus the Hawks. I took the Rams. I knew what was coming. Who'd you take?
I took Seattle right there, and so that one I super fucking lost.
You lost
And for
on-
that one, where is it at? Do I give myself?
Got the crickets going on for you?
Yeah, basically, I got
Nothing.
nothing to say outside of that.
Mr. Wilson was feeling dangerous, huh? How you gonna lose against? First of all, the starting quarterback is out because he obviously suffered. I believe it was a concussion, right? Or
Yeah. No,
suffered
he
a-
had a broken finger.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, not Jared Goff, but John Wolford. Oh, Wolford. He was a starter, and then he obviously got knocked in the dome by Jamal Adams, and that's when Jared Goff came back in.
That before we move on any further, to me, that was not a dirty play. If anybody thought that was a dirty play or anything, you are
It
out
wasn't.
Of your, yeah,
It wasn't.
you are out of your mind. That was not a dirty play.
That-
He went in and he leaned in with shoulder first,
and he
yeah.
dived like all
All
the
in.
way, all the
Yeah.
way.
So to me, I saw that there was no ill will to hurt,
Yeah.
to make any kind of contact or anything like that at all
No,
with him.
that
So
yeah.
anybody that thought that was a cheap shot or anything, you can go fuck yourself. Definitely.
Yeah. And once again, that's why they teach you as a quarterback. You have to learn when to slide. He went body forward first. You get me?
Yeah.
And you just can't do that when it comes to the NFL. College, you can get away with it, but we even saw that Joe Burrow week 2 was like, oh yeah, I can't spin my way out of situations. These are grown men.
Nope.
So but Jared Goff, man, came in, and I don't think they're going to beat the Green Bay Packers. To be quite honest, because with stats like this, and I believe Jared Goff got ruled out again. So he's out for the next game. Jared Goff in this game had 9 completions out of 19 attempts, man. That so you didn't. Most of the time when Jared Goff was throwing, he wasn't gonna land money on it.
Yeah.
At all, bro. Not even he didn't even complete 50%. Maybe 40% of his passes got completed, and only threw for 155 yards and 1 touchdown. But Cam Akers came to play, man.
Cam Akers came into play, and this is the one there. I had one of my buddies. We were talking in our
Mm,
conversation where he said maybe Cam Akers might be a deep stasher. Maybe.
maybe. But I think he learned his lesson though when we criticized his gameplay. He thought he was able to do smash football, and then
You can't.
now he learned I can do smash football,
It's time to go east and west.
but he has, that shimmy, that sidestep, that he's big enough to do that. But now he doesn't run at full force when it comes to his body, because he knows I can't go get up against these linebackers or I'm gonna get
You're gonna get
I'm
blown
gonna
up.
get laid out.
Yeah.
So at least he's smart in that aspect now. And then yeah, we said it. We said it. If we could fix this up, he's gonna be the number one running back for the LA Rams.
Hmm.
So hey, maybe we should be coaches. They were hired. They were hiring. Let's
They
take
were.
we
But-
should take the Detroit job. Oh man, we would make a dynasty.
I don't know about all that, man. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Well, you know what? Hey, Detroit always showing
Yeah,
love.
I would tell Ford though, like we need a new stadium. We need to break this down. It's
No, no,
cursed.
we can't do none of that. We first have to make it where we can show what we're doing, and then that way they can then we can start doing that.
Right? So now, and then Malcolm Brown, I believe he's out. We talked about this being his last season. So like you said, that conversation you were having, Cam Akers would definitely be a running back I would look into next year because Brown is out. And I'm pretty sure once Sean McVay sets his eyes, and on top of that, we have to remember that Jared Goff has that demanding contract, which we thought was utterly dumb once he signed it. I mean, once the Rams gave it to him.
I thought it was stupid of them to give him that kind of cash and all
Yeah.
that, but what would I know? I'm just a normal guy just talking nonsense, and it make complete sense when I say
Yeah.
that. The most logical people out here that talk like us when we try to be very logical about certain things, you want to overpay other people.
Mm.
Go for it. Go do that. This is why,
Mm.
certain franchises lose out on certain key players because
Yeah.
of that. Best one that I can give is the Houston Texans. They lost out on DeAndre Hopkins because they wanted to pay Deshaun Watson that fucking kind of cash.
Mhm.
They didn't want to pay DeAndre Hopkins that kind of cash, so they fucking kicked his on ass on
And
out.
they decided to pay a tackle
Yeah.
that's not even playing like a
Mhm.
top 3 or top 5 tackle.
Exactly.
And then that's the flaw. I don't even think with Deshaun Watson you needed. I mean, we could go on and on about like structure of the team, kind of
Yeah.
like Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't have the best O line.
Yeah.
I believe he has like a top 10, somewhere around those lines of an O line,
Mhm.
and he's still making chicken salad.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Deshaun Watson is on that level. Because the fact that he still was being a very consistent quarterback without weapons, without an O line, without just anything, even without a defense. Hats off to Watson, man.
Watson, yep.
Yeah. But
But
anyway, we'll talk
we'll
about that
dive
on
back,
the
yeah.
on the rebuilds section, because
Yeah.
that's spicy news right there, man.
Yeah.
But Cooper Cup, once again, I would have left the Rams because knowing Goff is my quarterback, even Robert Woods. But I mean, they're getting taken care of.
They are.
They're eating. So hey, I ain't even mad at that.
Yeah.
So and for next year, once again, I think Robert Woods would be taken ahead of Cooper Cup
I
because
don't-
he's utilized a little bit more.
And I don't know about that one. I probably would jump more on Cooper Cup, but
I love Coop.
I'm
I
not
love
gonna lie
Coop.
to you. I don't like either one of them at all.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of them can do anything that
Yeah.
special. They have one or two explosive games that they have out there. 3, 4 people probably
But
gonna
like I
say,
said, that's a Sean McVay system.
yeah, and then everybody be like,
Yeah.
"Well, you talking shit? You just a hater and all that."
Nah,
Well, you know
I-
what? I'm more of a. I try to be more of a realistic guy, especially when I know my quarterback's gonna be Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I have no trust in that system.
Yeah.
It's more of a Sean McVay system where he's
Run
trying
ball,
to,
run ball.
yeah, and he wants you to win through his defense. He
Mhm.
trusts more his defense than he does more his offense.
Exactly. And then now moving on to the Seattle side,
Oh,
Russell Wilson.
God,
11
Dog.
completions out of 27 attempts, 2
Dog.
tutties, 1 interception, and 5 sacks. I mean,
he gets this.
he has to get that, and it's very disappointing, man.
This week, we're not just gonna have a cheeks of the week. This week, we're gonna have the cheeks list
The cheeks list.
of the week. Because guess what, Russell Wilson, I gotta put your ass in the cheeks of the week this week, man.
Yeah.
I was high and mighty about you from the beginning of the season. For you to be I put you in a caliber with only one other person that you should have been MVP. I put you in a caliber so high up that I was starting to become a believer, where I didn't want to fully grasp the concept of you being so good, and then for you to lay this kind of fucking bullshit out, like 11 for 27 for a buck 74 and 2 TDs. Granted, everybody's gonna be like, Rams is a top defense and this and that, and a divisional rivalry and blah blah blah. Okay, okay, but dog, you've been to the chip.
Been to the
You
promised land.
you've been to the promised land. You know how you should be able to handle this type of pressure
Mm-hmm.
when you had no weapons. And for you to lay this kind of lame ass duck for me, nah, dog. Putting your ass in the cheeks of the week
Yeah.
this week, man. Because, dog, you fucking let me down big time.
Yeah.
Like,
And even not only him, but Chris Carson also, and then it sucks to say, but Tyler Lockett as well. I mean, Tyler Lockett was open for a bunch of these plays, and then Metcalf was getting frustrated too. Um, I mean, next year I'm drafting Metcalf though,
a lot of people are looking at
for
Metcalf, and
sure.
I think Metcalf, yeah,
Yeah, but
Metcalf for real.
other than that, man, Seattle, I just don't see. I mean, once Sherman, Earl, once they were all leaving little by little, Seattle hasn't been the same.
No, it
Let's be
hasn't been the
honest.
same.
So
They're still going to be good.
yeah, they're gonna be fun. They're gonna be fun to watch.
They're going to be fun to watch. But to get over the hump,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
They're more, to me now, it's more like they're the gatekeeper
Mm-hmm.
of the divisional round. You go through them, you make it to the divisional round.
Yeah, and that's just the thing, It's like, uh,
Sucks.
yeah, you're just one of those teams sometimes. I feel like even the Steelers were that team for a very long time now.
Definitely.
For a very long time, it's like, okay, you guys get to the wild card, you guys get the bye week, and then all of a sudden you just
Mm-hmm.
you lay it, and then they only have one chip to speak with Big Ben.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what Seattle has to. Look, man. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's time for Pete Carroll to go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You going that hard, huh?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, well, that hard is it?
I believe like their structure is also being destroyed because was it their assistant?
The offensive coordinator, yeah, I heard
the-
about that nonsense with that
yeah.
shit.
So no, but also I think the executive assistant for the Seattle Seahawks
Was part of that shit?
No, he already left
Oh,
to go take a GM role. I forgot where. We'll talk about
Mm.
news, but I know Seattle like everybody's leaving already.
Starting to leave little by
everybody's
little.
yeah. So I mean, maybe it's time for Pete Carroll to go. I mean,
Where we
he's
go?
he's getting up there, and I don't know, man. You can't coach forever. Just look at Bill Belichick. I think the goat himself has a couple more years, and then
Time to go.
time to go, man.
Well, he has 8 rings already.
Yeah, I think he should. Well, Bill Belichick should just resign as coach, but stay as a GM. He'll make the moves.
He's a man with a master plan.
All right. So now let's move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington Football Team,
So-
and the stud muffin of the week for
Stud
me.
He's the stud muffin of the week.
Like this guy has, to me, I say he stays as the Washington starter.
He's the number one. He's starting because I agree with you 100% on this one.
What do they call him? Taylor Hennessy?
Heineken.
Heineken. They call him Tyler Heineken.
Yeah.
As the beard. This man played with heart, bro.
He played his heart out, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm a believer.
Yeah. No, yeah. Especially like I said, this being his first game, and
Second career start, but first one in the playoffs. And if anybody else, it's against Tom Brady.
Mhm.
Against Tom fucking Brady.
Exactly. And then Gibson wasn't that impressive. Cam Sims is coming out to play now. We talked about him that he could possibly have been the number 2 now to Terry McLaurin.
Mhm.
But even Terry McLaurin said that, Taylor, that's my quarterback.
That's
now. That's the guy I want to ride for.
Everybody just straight up got up on Heineke's back and
Yeah.
said, "That's my quarterback."
Yeah.
That's my quarterback.
Exactly. The good old OT, huh?
Yeah, T.O.
T.O.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
my quarterback.
That's my quarterback, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I said, even the defense side, I think he obviously got the respect from Chase Young.
Yeah,
Chase
no,
was
the
right
whole
away,
the
yeah.
whole defensive side straight up just rolled him, and they said straight up, "That's our guy. That's our guy."
Yeah,
And for the full team to come together like that to unite that
Mm.
fucking fast was impressive.
yeah, and
Not only that, but the way he managed, how he balled out, and to me, I was won over when he did that TD run.
dude,
that
I was
TD
watching it live, bro. That was just
That
like,
was it. I knew he was like, he's a starter.
That was perfection.
That's a starter right there.
Yeah, And then I remember seeing that. Then the refs were like, "Not a touchdown." I was like, "Bro, are you
Yeah,
blind?
that was a touchdown.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so
That was an
he
awesome game. That was an awesome game.
so
I would say that.
it's a
But
it's a damn shame that I'm gonna see him twice every year.
yeah,
But at the same time, it's gonna be fun because I know what kind of
yeah.
game he brings. Like that kind of
Thi-
game was
This
he.
division, the NFC least, you know, Cowboys always have a chance. But I think if you guys retain Prescott and he comes back at least 75% of what he is, um, this is going to be either the Washington or the Cowboys division. One of the two. One of you two are going to take it. Philadelphia obviously just fired
Penderson.
Doug. Yeah.
Bye.
So
We
I
can
don't,
talk about we'll talk about that.
and they have a statue outside the stadium for him. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works out. At least you should have let the
Well,
guy say, you know what? Let me say that I'm resigning.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Let him let. I would have done that. That would have been the best way for him
yeah.
to go out. Say
But
that.
instead they're like fired. You won a Super Bowl. We've never won a Super Bowl, and
There's a
goodbye.
reason. There's a reason why there's a statue outside of him
Yeah.
because he brought you the only chip
With
that
who?
you had.
With Saint Nick.
Ah,
But now moving on to Tampa Bay side. Oh, and the spread. Ink took Tampa Bay. Depending on where you got the spread, from what he's doing, I lost this one. But if you got, there was some
other
places
places
where,
that were 8.5.
yeah,
So,
they were 8.5.
so you know what? I'm just gonna call this one a wash.
Want to call it a wash?
I'll call it a
Because
wash.
it depends on what books you were on.
I'll call it a wash.
Yeah. So if your books were 7.5, you won. But if your points were 8.5,
Or you could buy
yeah,
a point. There's certain areas where you
yeah.
can buy points and all that, so you can
So
shade certain things around.
yeah, so hey, and then Tom Brady, not I don't think it was super impressive the way he played. He still got sacked 3 times, and he did 22 completions out of 40 attempts, 2 touchdowns, no interception. But Leonard Fournette led the way,
Who?
19 carries, 93 yards, and 1 touchdown.
That
And
fucking bum. He's
and
alive.
then AB, they used him as an army Swiss knife this game, I believe, right? A lot
It's
of
about it's about time they started using AB to that
Hey,
because that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
who's this guy that I said was a bum? Kayshawn Vaughn. Dude,
Um,
they're giving this kid every opportunity to play, bro, and he
he cannot.
cannot put
No.
the mustard on the bun. That's what I'm gonna say. Put him on the list.
You know what? Yeah.
Put him on cheeks
we-
of the week list.
Cheeks of the week list. You're gonna go on it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got the dab. We got the dab from the Irish King himself.
Oh, there was a dab. Oh,
Yeah, so he gets the pin.
he gets the pin for
He
the
gets
dab.
the pin. And then Mike Evans, this man is a stud. He needs a quarterback, man. 6 reception, 119 yards, no touchdown though. So Chris Godwin though, 5 receptions, 79 yards, and 1 touchdown. And we have to remember, people, Chris Godwin is going to be a free agent this year, so he could possibly be getting franchise tag. So who are you going to pay now? You got to keep Mike Evans. You got to pay Chris Godwin, and he's going to demand
Yeah.
wide receiver #1 money. And even with that franchise tag, what is it, like 18 mil?
I think
18
it's like
18 mil?
18.
Uh,
I
It's going to be
I
expensive.
don't know.
And then Ronald
I-
Jones' his contract is coming up soon too.
Fuck Rojo.
So
You know what? Just because he's a piece of shit, I'm throwing Rojo in the fucking cheeks of the week list
you're
too.
putting him in the bag.
Yeah, I'm putting him in the fucking bag
Yeah.
too.
So,
Fuck you, Rojo.
dude, honestly, I don't know, man. Like, Tampa Bay has a lot of chips right here, man. And the Texans, they need a wide receiver. They don't have a first round pick. They JJ Watt, he's gonna be 17 mil, 18 mil. Maybe you could do a swap. Like,
Well,
we'll give you
JJ Watt knows he's not gonna be a Texan next season.
Well, he's still under contract.
Yeah.
But if they want to play their chips right, trade JJ to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, no matter what, is gonna pay that money. You get what I'm saying? Either
Yeah.
you're gonna pay a franchise tag for Chris Godwin, or you can get yourself a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year and build up that line. And then because Shaquille Barrett, he's leaving next year too. They only gave him 1 year
Damn.
contract. They're just doing rentals for him. And then so we obviously know they're not gonna franchise tag him again.
Bring him home, Jerry.
Bring him home, Jerk.
Yeah.
There's talks about, like I said, we could get into the
Yeah,
off
look at that.
season.
Yeah.
Like Denver, like there's rumors saying that if Von Miller doesn't take a haircut,
Which he won't.
he's leaving, and then they say he's under investigation. There's a lot of news that's going on
Yeah,
with
we
Von
can-
Miller,
We
but
can
I don't
talk
know.
a lot about that good
Yeah.
juicy stuff later.
And then so Scotty Miller too. Only 1 reception, 15 yards, but I think that was a crucial catch. A lot of these players, I mean, not big numbers, but they had crucial plays. AB also, he had that one bomb,
Yeah.
right? There was a bomb that he had. So next year, man, next year, I don't know about Tampa Bay. Who they got? New Orleans. Their kryptonite. That's their
Number
kryptonite.
number yeah.
Just
Number
just
3.
just look at the Rams versus the Hawks.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
Hawks lost 3 times to
Yeah.
the Rams.
Twice.
Oh, they won
Yeah,
once.
they took the rubber match. The Rams took the rubber match.
Oh, okay. So, hey, man, I don't know. I don't know. Tampa Bay. That's gonna be a game to watch though. And it's sad because it could be the last game that we see
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. If they lose, if not, then we get to see them in the final match, and that sucks. That sucks to say because I think he said it. You know, he's like, I'm calling it after this. Sad man, and end of an era.
End of an era. Yeah.
You know. So now moving on to the next game, we both took the Titans.
We
And I
definitely
know
did.
we both took the Titans, and then we super mega quadrillion bazillion lost.
Before we go any further into this, let me speak on it for a quick second.
Go for it.
Okay. So there's this dude. I'm just gonna grab his name right now, and we put in his ass in the cheeks of the week list. Derrick Henry, dog. Where the fuck were you at this week? Did you forget you had a game this week?
Oh man.
Or were you too busy over there with Bama?
Oh, he won
Yeah.
Bama?
Well, he played for Bama. Were you too busy over there worried about Alabama versus Notre Dame? Or more considered more on the BCS against Ohio State? Dog, cause hey, I missed you in this game. I, trust, dude.
Hey, and
Big trust, dude. I missed you in this game.
and for people who play that that playoff fantasy football, I'm pretty sure whoever bid on him,
There was hey, there's some dude. I'm not gonna lie. So I jacked up the price on him.
oh, just cause.
No, because I was almost done on players, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just jack up the price on this one player.
Yeah.
So I waited till he came about. I had $312. So what I did is I jacked up the price for $311.
And someone
Just to-
bid,
And someone
bid on
outbidded
these-
me, and they went into a bidding war. And some dude ended up paying $420 for Derrick Henry.
That's his whole roster.
That's 42%.
That's yeah.
42% of his roster that he
Damn.
ate on that one player alone that I forced that shit on him.
Oh no.
And you know how I feel?
Sensational. But yeah, man. Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, Derrick Henry, he's not a running back that you want in your first couple games, but towards the middle and then towards the end, King Henry. You know, we discussed this on our running back segment for fantasy football.
And
Come
I-
holler at your boys.
what's it called? You can only take a beating like this for so long,
Yeah.
and you're eventually gonna wear down. Your body's gonna start wearing down, and it's gonna start affecting you. These past couple seasons have been amazing seasons for Derrick Henry. Amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take not one thing away from Derrick Henry what he did.
Yeah.
Anything at all. But these are the things that you expect out of him now to come about. When you start producing that kind of yardage in the regular season, you're expected to produce that same thing in the postseason.
Yeah.
And we were relying, Tennessee's offense is relying heavily on him getting going.
Yeah.
If he can't get going, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. But even then, we also have to give a fault to Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Didn't show up. AJ Brown showed up. Obviously, 6 receptions, 83 yards, and 1 touchdown. We said this. He was top 10, diamond in the rough. A lot of people didn't want to draft him, you know, as one of their top receivers, but he's starting to emerge. And come year 3, you know, he's probably gonna be amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but I'm definitely disappointed in Corey Davis. Wasn't this his contract here as well?
I don't know. I got to look into
It
it.
was something like that. And then, disappointment for Tennessee, man, all around 13
Definitely.
points.
Because, yeah, they 13
Yeah,
only
it
mustered
was
a thir-
winnable. It was winnable.
This was one of those old school defensive battle type of struggles that I
It's a
really like.
trap.
Yeah, this one was definitely this one was a trap game,
It's
and
a trap.
we bit on the cheese on this one, and that's what we get.
Yeah, we bet on the expired cheese. That's we bet on blue cheese. That's how we feel it. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't think Baltimore's gonna win next week
Again,
for this man alone. Lamar Jackson, 17 completions, 24 yards, 179 yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and is sacked by a Tennessee defense that's not impressive. You know, Clowney, he went out with whatever injury. He got sacked 5 times.
Tennessee defense is fucking straight ass.
Yeah. And then this is what I'm saying. He had to run 16 times, 136 yards, and that's how he got 1 touchdown. Are you kidding me? Like, people wanted to compare him to Michael Vick. Bro, Michael Vick would toss up tutties. He's not running. Michael Vick was never a guy that would just like, oh, let me get out the pocket and run away. He'd get out the pocket. Who's open? Nobody. Now I take off. Lamar Jackson's like, my first read's not open. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I don't like Lamar, and this is why I don't. He's nowhere near Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes. He's nowhere near none of these guys. You get me? You shut down Lamar, bro. This offense ain't going anywhere because he can't pass. So, but yeah, J.K. Dobbins, he only had 9 carries, 43 yards, and he got 1 touchdown. Next year, J.K. Dobbins is someone that people should definitely look into.
Unless the vulture comes out and takes it from him, Lamar.
The vulture of the week, Lamar Jackson.
And don't worry, hey,
Yeah.
we'll find that vulture of the year award that we'll give it to.
Right. Marquise Brown, 7 receptions, 109 yards. We could definitely say that this guy was our biggest letdown this year, especially because we could blame a lot of it on Lamar, but we also had to blame him with his consistent drops, bro.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. I have not been impressed, not one bit. You came into the league, you started talking, you started running your mouth really big. You came out and yep. You came like a chihuahua, bro. You made yourself look like you were a dog, like because you have a name. Your cousin's Antonio Brown. So because you want to write off his name because of his success, you want to write off and think that you can do the same thing. Nah, dog. You haven't proved anything to me yet. And you had a good game. You had a good game like this. Be more consistent and show me that you can actually catch that rock.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't catch that rock, dog, hey, there ain't no need for me for you.
Yeah. You know, Mark Andrews is suffering.
Yeah.
He's barely on year 3 or year 2.
Mm-hmm.
A great tight end going to waste. I don't know, man. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I'm really thinking to myself, do I want to pay Lamar Jackson what he wants? Because he wants
Yeah, of course.
the
Why wouldn't
bag. He wants the 45 mil.
Why wouldn't he want the bag? He thinks he's all that and then some, and he's gonna want the bag. And you know what? Hey,
Yeah.
if they give him the bag, hey, that means somewhere's gonna suffer.
Yeah, and that defense, as they say, you know, defense is what commands the most money, but the offense is what takes.
And
the
then
money.
I don't know if you saw it on our Twitter what I posted up at the end of the game. I had to do that right quick, dude.
Yeah.
Right fucking quick.
I'm telling you, if you guys want all that good lip smacking, lips talking, go follow us on Twitter because Ink takes care of that business.
Yeah, I'm definitely all over it.
And then-
I'll tell it straight out how I said it. So I put it right there. So the play was where Marcus Peters got the interception to pretty much seal the game.
Mhm.
And so what he did is he ran towards the sideline and then grabbed all the whole defense to come back into the middle of the field on the Tennessee Titan logo. And you see them just dancing away. And some of them were actually like stomping all over the Tennessee Titans, what's it called? The logo.
Mhm.
And I basically, when I saw that, the first thing that came to my mind was, I'm like, shit, he just hit him with a fucking straight out with a fuck yo couch.
Yeah.
That's to me,
But-
that was the NFL equivalent of saying fuck yo couch.
Yeah, but I personally think like Marcus Peter, you shouldn't be doing that because you're really nobody, you know. And he gonna learn.
Well, we'll see.
He gonna learn. He gonna learn. I'm telling you, they're gonna put him up against Stephon Diggs. Who you taking, Marcus Peters or you taking Stephon?
I'm thinking, you know what? That's gonna be a good matchup.
Unless Peters is scared and he's like, Murphy, can you take over, please?
Well, you already know where
I'm quaking. I'm quaking.
You already know where my X factor is gonna be in that game.
It's always gonna be hot sauce.
Yeah,
because that run game ain't no bueno.
Mhm.
But now
We'll
we're
We
moving.
will see what happens with Singletary if he can actually now show that he's the number one dog.
Yeah, this is what I'm telling you. I don't like Singletary because he's straight up bum. But now we're moving on to the next game. The game that was it was a game, you know. This was
That's what you want to call it.
This was the Disney Channel, not Disney, Nickelodeon.
So I'm
game.
not gonna lie, that I love that.
That
I
Nickelodeon
love the
stuff, too.
Nickelodeon thing. You
Yeah.
score a touchdown in the slime. They call it the slime zone. They didn't
The-
call it the touchdown.
I
They
thought
call it the slime
the
zone.
only thing I loved about it is that they don't know how to censor players. So you got a couple F bombs in there.
You got a couple F bombs.
Yeah.
You got the slime zone. Like I was not. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see Nickelodeon run another football
Oh,
game,
the-
bro. I'm not gonna lie. Nickelodeon took care of business.
They're gonna mute the whole field.
I hope not. I hope not, man. Because that's
Yeah.
you want to hear it the raw, full, full interpretation out there of what's going on the
Yeah.
field, and you you heard it, and you can hear Cordell Patterson if you don't.
Yeah.
You can find it on all over anywhere on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want. It's
Yeah.
hilarious, bro.
And then, but we both took the Saints.
Yeah, we
like
did.
there was no doubt about this game. That was, I mean, straight up. And Mitch Trubisky didn't have a horrible game, but he didn't have an impressive game. Add him to the list.
He's in the list.
Take him to the list.
Take him to the Chiefs of the Week list.
So, 19 completions out of 29 attempts, 1 touchdown, and got sacked 1 time, which is pretty good. I mean, consider
That's
that,
Mitchell Trubisky's game plan, basically.
yeah, don't get sacked and don't throw an interception.
Yeah.
And maybe we could win. But we did say that David Montgomery had to
Yeah.
carry this game. That's what we said. We came out clear about it. We said Trubisky's not going to win you the game. Who's going to win you the game? David Montgomery. And look what happened. 12 carries, 31 yards, and no tutties. Now, Allen Robinson had 6 receptions, 55 yards, no tutties. Riley Ridley, so on and so forth. Jimmy Graham had that. That was an impressive one-handed catch.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
his resume. That's like, look, I caught this. I'm gone. Free agency. What you guys got to offer?
Allen
me?
Robinson's on free agency, and he already said it straight out. Hey, he's
Hey,
looking for the bag.
Well, there's multiple reports. I guess you heard the bag, but from what I hear, he's ring. He's
he
like,
wants-
yeah. He said, I want a quarterback that's competent. Obviously, because Trubisky isn't that, and I feel bad for was it the rookie that they drafted this year? Is it Anthony Miller that they drafted this year?
Oh, what the hell? No, Moody.
Moody, yeah, Mooney. There you go. I feel bad for that kid. He has to be there for 3 more years. That kid's amazing. He's the most underrated wide receiver in his draft class in the sense of because he had Trubisky, and then he if you go look at his tape, he's open in almost all the time he's open. But since he can't get the rock to him, can't showcase.
Mm-mm. And that's what happens when you
Yeah.
have a quarterback that's garbage. But hey, this is the season that I like to see, because this is the season where that quarterback definitely gonna get taxed, and he's gonna definitely get taxed.
Look,
But you want to hear some shit too?
what?
He's linked right now to another team that he's gonna leave.
Who?
Trubisky. He's
what
linked.
team?
You really want to know?
Is he going to the Cowboys?
And link is right now is we're gonna let Andy Dalton walk and bring in Trubisky as the backup.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Like I said, Jerry gonna do stupid ass shit, and Jerry Jones. This is why the Cowboys are fucking still mediocre. Let's continue with this game.
How about them Cowboys?
Let's continue with this game.
So, I think they should because they're gonna pick late. Zach is gonna be gone. I think Mac Jones is gonna be gone. Obviously, we're not talking about Sunshine and
Yeah.
Fields because they're gonna be
Yeah.
completely gone. The top quarterbacks are gonna be gone, bro.
Yeah.
So I think Chicago needs to draft the kid from Mississippi. What's his name?
Oh, this Mississippi quarterback,
They need
yeah,
to draft him.
the Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Shoot, I can't remember his
But
name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
When we talk about what's upcoming in the draft,
Or there's some kid also from Duke. You got to look him out.
Yeah.
Chase Bryce, something like
they're
that.
picking late, so they need to pick a quarterback in the first round because these kids are going to be gone because other teams that are looking for quarterbacks,
Or
the Denver Broncos.
yeah. Let's throw a little
Who?
what ifs. Let's throw a little what ifs.
What's your what if?
What if you decided to retain Allen Robinson? Tell him you're going to get a competent quarterback. You go out. You bring in. I'm not going to lie. I'm still, I want to see what he does with a full season under his belt and him not being hurt. Come on through, Carson Wentz. Come on through.
Who are you going to give up though?
Carson Wentz wants out.
He wants out, but I hear ownership is like, No, we need Wentz. Like,
So you're gonna tell me you're gonna keep a disgruntled employee talking bunch of shit about you, just shit all over your name, and just demand fucking prime rib? That shit ain't gonna happen,
how
dude.
about and how about the NFC? Because that's what the NFC is about.
Basically,
They're
yeah.
a bunch of prideful. That's why the Washington owner, what's his name?
Dan Snyder.
Snyder, he's got smart. You know what he said when we talked about it? He's like, I'm stepping away and I'm gonna let now my GM and my coach do the job. And look what happens. They got a first playoff appearance. It looks like they got their quarterback.
For the future, yep.
Their defense is complete studs, especially with Jack Del Rio, which I think he deserves another head coaching job. But obviously, because I think he wants to write it out with Ron Rivera. Hey,
Why not?
but
And this is why when owners try to become GMs, you don't work. Granted, Jerry did pick at the beginning when he first came in. He got it right.
yeah,
But because
the
you got
game
it
has
right,
changed.
but because you got it right those one or two times, and even then, I think that was more because it was Jimmy Johnson tell him how to make that right move.
Yeah,
For you to make that right move, you've been wrong after that ever since.
yeah,
Ever since.
and then
And it's time for you. If it were up to me, just because he's the owner, he's lucky he's the owner. He would have already been straight gonzo.
I hear that his son is the one who's making the calls now. I think he's just waiting for his dad to completely like leave.
His
and-
dad, so his son is making the call because it's coming down from his dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
So-
once Jerry Jones steps aside and lets the air control it, I think you guys are gonna be fine.
I hope so, man. Because
So
this is like, to me, this is more of a Al Davis version 2.0. You have
Oh,
to do, yeah.
but
you
at
have
least he doesn't have the ball cut.
Yeah, thank God, dude. Thank fucking
But,
God.
Once again, Drew Brees, man, my dog, my man. 2 tutties, no interceptions, no sacks. Impressive for an old man, eh? And then Alvin Kamara, 23 carries, 99 yards, and 1 tutty.
I'm tired of hearing that name.
Yeah, hey, you're gonna hear his name all the way to the bank.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
And then Michael Thomas, Slam Boy, who finally decided to play 5 receptions, 73 yards, and 1 tutty.
About time.
And then, other than that, I mean, next year I'm not touching him with a 10-foot pole.
There's a lot of people that ain't touching him with the 10
And
football.
he's gonna go in the second round for sure. He's not
I'm so-
first. He's not first round
I wouldn't
worthy.
touch him in the first round either.
I would let him slip to the third round.
We'll
you
see.
know, but okay. So now, last and final game before we go over like news and anything that's circulating around the NFL. Corvette. The Browns gonna be the Browns.
The Browns is gonna beat the Browns, and I'm just happy to see the Browns all the time.
The Browns gonna be the Browns.
So yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster, you definitely going in the bag.
the whole Pittsburgh Steelers team.
The
for
whole
me
the
is
whole Pittsburgh Steelers organization is definitely going in the bag.
the whole one.
And you know what? I'm gonna add a little more into this one and get a little more saltier with this one, just because I'm just gonna be talking shit to this fan base for the rest of the season. I'm bringing in also the Pittsburgh Steelers fan base into the fucking cheeks of the week.
Ooh, we've
Yeah,
never-
I'm
we-
bringing fan base into this one, dog.
We've never had a whole fan base.
No, I'm
we've
calling
never
out-
had. We've never had.
I'm gonna
the
call out a
entire
fan base.
city.
No, I'm calling out the whole fan base. I'm calling out the city and everything like that.
Oh man,
Dog, you guys fucking took the L. Stay humble and move about your business. You guys got a great team, a great organization. But if you got a bunch of people that are fucking loudmouths like Juju Smith-Schuster, like your boy Chase Claypool, they bitter and they talking about other teams gonna get clapped back or clapped or whatever the case is. Dog, you talking from outside the club and you trying to get in.
exactly.
What the fuck you talking about?
Exactly.
Dog, like that's like you being the fucking disrespectful ex bitch trying to fucking stalk your ex boyfriend's fucking bitch now. Stay your ass on home. Shut the fuck up. Let other teams go about. Say, hey, good win. They did take care of business and so on and so forth. Shut the fuck up and move about your business. Don't go and fucking start firing up other people. Because when you when you start firing other people up, guess what? You guys are gonna get your shit pushed in. That's exactly what happened. Why the fuck did Cleveland Browns already had 28-0? Then you guys had a goose egg in the first quarter. They fucking just ran up all up in you guys. And then you guys gonna tell me, oh, we almost come back and this and that. Fuck all that noise, dog. You guys ain't shit.
That's the truth.
When you guys talk like that, you guys talk loud, make sure you can back it up. Because the next time you want to talk, you get clapped. And not just generously clapped. You got clapped with no lube, dog. You got clapped with absolutely no lube, and they just straight pushed it into you guys, dog. Like you straight said, you weren't having it, and they say, give me that, give me the chon chon. That's what happened.
Yeah. Basically, as the famous saying goes, bend over sideways.
Yeah, you got bent over sideways.
Yeah, and then I told you, man, James Conner, he's just not the running back this year. He's not going to be the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's not.
And I told you this pre 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 draft for fantasy football. And I was like, Connor, he has that story that we all love. Battle. Is that?
you?
No. Oh, it's oh, it's the website. That was so weird.
There we go.
That was a weird song. You guys won't hear it, but it was a weird song playing right here. But great story, great comeback story.
Yeah, he's
Cancer
one of those
survivor.
feel good stories. And me personally, I think it was more of the feel good story that I was hoping I was
Yeah.
rooting for him to
But
succeed.
as I see it, there's those stories, and then there's actual production. And James Conner has showed why he's just not going to be a starting running back anywhere. Backup, absolutely.
He can be a backup.
Backup, absolutely. But he's not going to be a starter. And this is where I think they should go get Harris, the Bama boy. He needs to come to the Steelers because there's a lot of teams that don't need running back. But I would love the Denver Broncos with the number 9 pick to pick up. How do you pronounce his name? Nakeem Harris.
Mhm.
I would love the Broncos to take him because Gordon is on his last year. Philip Lindsay is on a tender, meaning that the Broncos will match whatever price any other team wants to pay him. So, if I'm the Denver Broncos, I know we need depth in the cornerback position. But if Broncos don't pick up Harris, the Steelers need a running back.
There's also another
Bama
running.
boy.
There's another running back out there that me personally, I really liked him a lot more
Yeah.
than the Bama kid Harris.
Who? Don't say the Clemson kid.
Yeah,
The Clemson kid.
Travis Etienne.
Nah.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, they really just disappointed me so much against OSU, and I'm not gonna lie, this was definitely a revenge game for OSU against
the Buckeyes,
against Clemson.
Yeah.
And they they took it. They took it to them.
Yeah, I mean, you
But,
know,
hey,
we'll talk. We'll talk about
that's neither here nor there. That's
You know
neither
what?
here
Maybe we
nor
could.
there.
Maybe we could even eventually do like a live. We'll do like I believe there's websites where you can do like a draft thing, and we can maybe play out scenarios. You know, like see who goes where for the first like 4 rounds.
Yeah, we can
That would
talk
be
about-
fun.
That would definitely be a lot of fun.
But once again, like the ridiculous amount of numbers for Big. This is his last year. I think Big Ben is done. You know, I think he's done.
I seen him off on the sideline when he was apologizing to Marcus Pouncey.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, Big Ben, you should not feel that kind of pressure where you need to apologize to your team. You did absolutely everything in your power to try to come back. Dog, you threw the rock over 60 times.
68 times.
You produced over 500 yards on top of that.
Yeah.
You did everything absolutely possible in your power to try to will this team back. But it's just you have idiots on your side of this, on your side.
They're too young. I think they're just super undisciplined, man.
And that's
That's what it
definitely
comes down to.
this is where Mike Tomlin needs to come down with the hammer on them to shut the fuck up.
Well, they got rid of their offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
So
they
he's
clean
out.
house.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
So Tomlin's like,
no, Tomlin's there.
no,
uh,
I'm saying
but-
Tomlin was like,
Yeah, he had to clean up a bunch
Yeah.
of shit.
so I mean that's good.
To me, it's not cleaning up that. It's more cleaning up your players act.
Yeah. Well,
because the
Juju's
whole-
not coming back.
To me, it's still I'm seeing more of the Antonio Brown effects is still there, where
Yeah.
you want to be really flashy, you want to talk,
Mhm.
and you want to make headlines, and you want to be the superstar,
Well-
and you want this, and you want that. When really, you really is just
Well, hear me out. You know, before we try to get anywhere, we're close to the hour. We got to talk about news. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, hear me out, people. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I got Mike Tomlin, who has drafted phenomenal wide receivers in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. Hear me out, Steeler fans. What if you trade Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, send them James Conner, and give them 2 first rounds? to get Deshaun Watson. You could even throw in a third. 3 first rounds versus 3 players. You talked about culture change. Chase Claypool, he's gonna he's on TikTok. He's gonna keep doing TikTok. Johnson, is he really reliable? And like I said, Mike Tomlin has a gift on finding wide receivers in later rounds.
I'm gonna have to marinate on that one for a little bit.
I'm just saying, Steeler fans.
Because right now there's a lot of what if scenarios right now. Like
Mhm.
I've heard already the what if Deshaun Watson went out over to South Beach.
Yeah,
Heard that one. I heard also
But
the
I'm
what
sa-
if
but I think
Deshaun Watson also went to New England.
yeah, but I'm just thinking that this would make the most sense. You get what I'm saying? Because every other team could give up a king's ransom. But remember how we talked last year? Who would have been the best bet for Jamal Adams for the king ransom?
Mhm.
We said Seattle. What happened? Went to Seattle.
Yep.
And this is what I'm saying. What team can benefit from giving the king's ransom? The Pittsburgh Steelers. They're the only team that can give up this much caliber because Chase Claypool, rookie, Johnson, what is he on his second
Rookie.
rookie, and then you give up James Conner, a running back, and then you give up 3 first rounds. They have the ammunition. You get me?
But how?
And then you have
Three
that
fir-
defense
I
that'll stand the test of time.
I don't know about the whole 3 first rounders.
You can
Because
do
you're-
2. You could
You're
do
already
yeah.
you're already giving up already King's ransom with the players.
Well,
Can-
if you hold on a little bit longer, Deshaun Watson's getting a little bit more frustrated because they Texans even hired a GM that he did not want,
Yeah,
and
I
they're
saw
not
that.
going after the head coach that he
on.
wants, which is offensive coordinator from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Eric, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even.
So
gonna try to
they're not even trying to interview him, and he even said, the offensive coordinator said, "I'm not going to that meeting."
Mhm.
All I'm saying, Pittsburgh, if Deshaun goes with Mike Tomlin, dangerous.
We will see what happens and how those things.
That's what I'm
unfold,
saying. This
but it's just-
offseason is going to be fire.
Yeah.
But now moving on to the Cleveland side, Browns going to be Browns.
Browns gonna be
Browns
Browns.
going to
huh?
be Browns. Baker Mayfield playing, like we said, a first rounder. He's
Thi-
living up to his first.
This is Baker Mayfield. Hey, Baker Mayfield came
I'm
out.
happy. I'm happy for him. I
I'm
mean,
definitely really
I
happy for him.
think when, like you said, he had all those issues. Year one, you're hot shot. You're Sooner. You're coming out with an attitude, of swagger. Year 2, I believe he was about to get married, and then reports came out that he was having a fling
Yeah,
and
I
all
know
this
that,
stuff.
yeah.
So then I think that got to him. But now he's coming up on these years. And now he's more focused. Maybe Odell Beckham had a
Like
big
I said,
role on that.
The whole culture. What kind of culture you want to develop inside your own organization?
Yep.
It's like your relationships. Whatever you want to, whatever culture you're trying to establish, you gotta have it. Any kind of toxicity, you boot that shit out. Odell Beckham, you're gonna get booted out because, granted, in New York, you ran New York. That was your year.
Yeah.
Your first year, especially when you made that catch, you called yourself
Yeah.
legendary and all that, and you still living up your hype off that. Okay.
Yeah.
What have you produced outside of after that?
Yeah, the owner got on his knees for Odell. That's basically what it was when it came over there. And then I think Eli was that that piece holding it together.
Mhm.
But hey, enough Odell. He's not here.
And he's not gonna be a Brown.
He's not gonna be a Brown next year. They could even trade him. I think he has one more year in his contract. A lot of teams need a wide receiver.
Who's gonna want that kind of diva though? Who's gonna want that kind of problem inside your locker room? Who's gonna want that toxicity
Anybody
to be into that culture?
Jacksonville. But Nick Chubb, 18 carries, 76 yards, no touchdown. But because the man that I think is the top nominated person for Vulture of the Year award, Kareem Hunt, 8 carries, 48 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Talk about Vulture. So and then Jarvis Landry coming out to play now. 5 receptions, 92 yards, and 1 touchdown against a very impressive Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
I saw even Odell Beckham Jr. was real happy to see him
Mhm.
score because, well, they were old teammates back in the day,
Yeah.
so they both want to see each other succeed.
Exactly. And then Nick Chubb, deadly from the backfield too. 4 receptions, 69 yards, 1 tutty. This is the Austin Hooper that we needed for
The whole season.
For the whole season. 7 receptions, 46 yards, and 1 touchdown. Where were you?
Where were you at the whole season?
This would have easily put him in the category of top 10 tight ends that you
Yeah.
need on your team.
Instead of fucking being fucking chicken shit.
But I think, like I said, the Browns without the coach, without the coach either. No, they didn't even have a coach.
The
They
coach,
didn't have a
he was out with coach. Yeah, so it was their special teams coach.
So, and they're 1 year under this. So who knows? Maybe next year finally, because I said it. I'm gonna eat crow if Baker doesn't play good and get the ball over to Hooper. But now, what I wanted to see during the regular season is what is happening
in the postseason when it matters.
So kudos to them. But let's see what goes on now, man. So now
that's you eating crow pie,
eating all that crow. So now, ladies and gents, we'll move on quickly to NFL news because we're about to hit that 1 hour mark, and we have never gone beyond an hour and 25 minutes. So
actually, we have when we were doing other regular
right.
podcast. But
but we can hit for 125, right? We're at one, and then okay. So now the Jacksonville Jaguars obviously hired Urban Myers as their head coach, and I don't feel so hot about this one.
Your boy Champ doesn't feel hot about it, and I feel like this is where Urban Myers was waiting for a job like this to open up for him. Nick Saban ain't leaving Bama, dude.
What happened? What happened to him when he tried to become a head coach too? The great Nick Saban has not gone back to the NFL because they're two different animals, and I just don't think Urban Myers is going to be that coach. I mean, for those who follow us on IG, you can see that I posted up right there that there was players that are saying don't hire Urban Myers for a head coaching job before he got hired. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because he can scout great. Let's give him that. They say I read articles and I go off consistency. What do I consistently read about this person? So what I consistently read about him was great recruiter, could build a program. But he was one of those guys when the tough got going, he's like, let me step away. I don't want none of that smoke.
He's built championship caliber organizations,
but he can't take it
in college ball.
Yeah,
in college ball. Now, coming to the NFL, it's a different caliber. It's a different animal, just like Nick Saban says. Just like everybody who knows, if you jump into NFL, it's going to be a completely different animal.
And that's what I'm saying. And he's had no prior experience in the NFL as an assistant, as a coordinator. It's like the only way that this team is going to succeed, the Jacksonville Jaguars, is through their offensive coordinators and their defensive coordinators.
Well, they already, I think he already hired he wants his offensive coordinator. Was it Linehan from LSU? The offensive coordinator from Linehan? LSU? Linehan.
Because all I heard is that they hired Myers. I know that the Jets hired
Salah?
No, what's his? They hired him, the 49ers defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
but they hired Matt LaFleur's little brother. What was his name?
Let me get to the Jets.
Yeah. But anyway, the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously they hire Urban Myers. I don't see this fit, man. I don't know, unless they're really planning to clean house, and start off with the youngest roster ever. Because that's what it looks like it's trending to now, that they just want to build a very young team, and it's all going to be led by Urban Myers.
Robert Saleh is the head coach of the Jets.
The Jets, okay, but and then I don't know, man. I don't even think he's going to be doing the draft. I think it's going to be the Jackson. What was it? What's his name? The Jacksonville Jaguars owner,
Shahid Khan, over there.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be his son. That's going to be getting all the picks.
So this is what kind of scared me a little bit when I heard Robert Cod say something about him still wanting to be in charge of personnel that they're going to draft. Okay. This is the Jerry Jones effect. Except in this one, this is a stupid, idiot, fucking moronic move of him wanting to keep the ownership of it. Because guess what? What have you produced in Jacksonville?
Nothing.
Okay, hold on. Before we move further, they were Saxonville for a quick second.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Too many Eagles? What happened? Too many Eagles, not enough not enough money to give out to the people that are wanting to eat.
Yeah.
So guess what? You had to make those moves, and now you just a laughing stock
Mm.
again.
And that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to go with the more statistical quarterback. That's why I don't think they're going to go with Trevor Lawrence, because Tony Khan, his son, is a analyst. Like, it's weird. Like, because they're doing this based off of soccer. You get what I'm saying? Because Shahid Khan owns, was it Manchester? No, not Manchester. He owns a team, a soccer team. So everything over there with them is statistics. But what a lot of people don't. This is what makes football such a unique sport. It also has to do with a lot of heart, a lot of heart and a lot of brain. So,
So you
so they may actually go with Justin Fields.
so you mean to tell me?
And what I
Hold on.
what I mean to tell you is that ownership is dumb. That's what I mean to
That
tell you.
okay.
That's what I mean
Then
to tell you.
I just want to make sure that we're both on the same
Yeah,
page because
and I said it on a post on IG that they need to take Trevor Lawrence, but I'm not surprised if ownership is this dumb and they go into statistics.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, because
And
if you look at it statistically speaking, from what I'm seeing, Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. But that's what I'm saying.
the fuck?
Well, that's what they're saying. So I don't know. At Jacksonville, this is why I don't like this. I don't like this hire. They should have gone with the defensive coordinator
The 49ers?
from the 49ers. He was the most qualified, I think, out of all the candidates. Because after that, who do you have? The Lions hired, who was it? The offensive coordinator from the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, that
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just it's a big laughing stock right now, man. So I don't like this hire. You like this hire. I don't like it at all, man. That's just me. They should have gone. They should have definitely taken someone else. But
me personally, I like I said, he's built organizations that won championships
yeah,
in college ball. So he knows what it's like to actually have a winning culture.
yeah,
Can he create it in there in Jacksonville again? Of course he can. And this is the best part about it all. He has the number one pick and over 100 million in salary cap space that he can play with. So now you can pick and choose what pieces you want to put in here.
hmm
This is the puzzle that you want to create. This is gonna be your Picasso that you create, or you're gonna create fucking bullshit.
that's what
Depend
I think.
depends
Look,
on what you want to do,
th-
what you can create.
this is
You've been known to be able to create those fine works of art. You can create it now. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is where everybody thrives and hopes to enable themselves to manage to get to this level. Once you get to this level,
mm,
let's see what you can produce. Let's see what you can bring to the table. But make sure that you get and bring that winning culture.
yeah,
Because this team will not. They won't take a 4-12 team. This organization, I wouldn't take a 4-12 team.
mm, no,
You better start improving more of a. You better start looking like a 6-10 or 8-8 team.
hopeful.
Hopeful,
Yeah, but
because they have some really good pieces there.
mm,
They have really good pieces there in place already.
yeah,
It's just add add the remaining pieces. And can Urban Myers do it? My personal opinion, yes, he can.
not me.
Yes, he can.
No, I mean, we'll see next year, and then let's see which one of us eats crow.
Definitely.
So, but like I said, I think the Jets are poised. They're set up to be a very good team next year. I think so. They got 2 first-round picks, and then they have the second rounder, and they have 2 third-round picks. So the way I think this is gonna go down, it's gonna be quarterback, the defensive line, and then after that, they're probably gonna go hit up O line, and then the third round, they're probably gonna go cornerback safety.
That sounds about right.
That's what I think this draft is gonna look like, and imagine.
But you're basically saying more than likely you can
So
actually see Trevor Lawrence as a Jet still.
I could still see him as a Jets, but if not, Justin Fields gonna be a Jet for sure, for sure.
One of the two will be a Jet.
Look, man, all I'm saying is if Lawrence is go number one, bro, then I'm clipping this. I'm gonna clip it and I'm
and
gonna
put
be
it in the highlights.
and I'm gonna be. Who said it? I said it. Trevor Lawrence was not gonna be the number one pick, but we got to see, man. But if you,
Don't make me grab your name and put it in the fucking.
no matter what though, like the top 2 quarterbacks are gonna go first and second round. People are saying that the Jets are gonna take an offensive tackle. That is a bunch of like Are you really gonna
You're,
stick with Sam
you're,
Darnold? Look, if you stick with Sam Darnold, then on the number 2 pick, you don't take an offensive tackle. You take a defensive end. That's what you do, man. Who are these analysts that come up with this stuff? The reason that the 49ers were successful is because where did they build from? They built from line to linebacker, and then they have Jason Verrett, and they have Richard Sherman, so on and so forth. Like these guys don't think, and the coach that they have now was part of that building process.
Mhm.
Analysts are dumb, bro.
This is we don't analyze. We
Yeah,
just look at what we see,
we
what
see
kind
the
of raw,
track record.
what we see the raw talent where it can actually produce, where it would best fit at.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think this was the best hire that the Jets have done, bro.
This was a
The
really good hire.
best hire,
Really good hire.
and Robert
Saleh.
Saleh.
I think
to
we're
me,
butchering that name.
probably
And then props to him. He's the first
Muslim
Muslim
American.
American
Mm,
coach hired. So
exactly.
props to him.
And then the Atlanta Falcons got Arthur Smith as their head coach, the offensive coordinator from the Tennessee Titans. He was only offensive coordinator for 1 year. I guess, bro.
So
And I think that's the only hires that they have right now, right? Oh, and then we'll talk about my Broncos, and then we'll wrap it up there. No, you
yeah,
think?
but I think Dallas is about to hire. I don't know if they hired already Dan Quinn.
Oh, that's right. Let's talk about how about that, Quinn.
Oh God!
Look,
They're gonna push our shit in some
the
more.
bright side about hiring Dan Quinn. The bright side, if you want to look at it, the bright side.
We're gonna get our shit pushed in.
Wait, who did Dan Quinn came from the Falcon? I mean,
Yeah.
from the Hawks, no?
Yeah, he was the Hawks.
There you go. He was there when the Legion of Boom was coming around. So hey,
28-3.
I'm not saying
28-3.
look. That's as a head coach. Obviously, we know Dan Quinn sucks as a head coach, but as a coordinator, the man was phenomenal. So he gotta make my boy Diggs over there look good. That's what I'm saying. He gonna make Diggs look good. He gonna make Lawrence look good, and then after that,
Nate Van Der Esch. We'll see.
look. All I'm saying
Jalen
is
Smith.
Mike McCarthy was the dumbest hire you guys ever did.
That was a stupid ass
Yeah,
hire.
you guys should have gone with Matt Rule. That
I-
man knew.
I-
Can you imagine? You right now would have had the Smiling Assassin's nephew. You would have had Derek Brown, the down tackle. You guys would have been stacked on that defense, but because of Jerry Jones and how about them Cowboys, you missed out on all those prospects.
But hold on. Before we go any further, what have I said already in the past about Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones is gonna do the stupidest shit possible in the NFL.
Uh,
Let's continue.
But can you imagine you would have had that Carolina young defense with a Dak Prescott? Buddy, I'm Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. That's all I'm saying. That's what it would have came down to. But yeah, who's playing from the draft that you even barely CeeDee Lamb is barely doing anything too. He was towards the end. It's like,
He was looking halfway decent towards the end.
but
We
hey,
and we might have missed. Some people are saying that we might have missed out on him. Maybe. Still fully not sold on him just yet.
Who?
CD9.
I'm not sold on him.
Not yet.
But let's see. Any other news? Obviously, we know that Deshaun Watson wants out. But he may stay there if they, cradle him a little bit more, a little bit better. And then after that, Dan Campbell emerges as the favorite to be the new Lions head coach. I don't know if you saw that one.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he's the Saints' assistant head tight end coach.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why you would want a tight end to become your head coach. But hey, a tight end's a head, whatever,
Yeah.
tight end trainer. And then I guess for the last one, and I mean, the last news before we get on out of here is that we hired Peyton, not Peyton Manning, but George Peyton. I wish we would have hired Peyton Manning, but I'm finally glad that we got a competent GM because John Elway was very prideful. A lot of people want to get a lot of people give me a lot of crap, Denver Broncos fans, when I said Trevor Siemian was better than Paxton Lynch. When I said
That's the truth, though.
we should have rode Trevor Siemian. We had a winning record with Trevor Siemian. We went 10-6 with him.
But that's the truth, though. Like, even me looking from the outside
Yeah.
in, Trevor Siemian was a better quarterback
He was
than
the better.
Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, and that was the quarterback for Gary Kubiak, and we were winning football. And then obviously, because you played football and you know when it clicks for you. You know that once you see it from people. Trevor Simeon had that moment when he played against the at the time it was the San Diego Chargers. We were losing, but then he was getting hit. He was getting lit up, and out of nowhere, Trevor Simeon almost does one of the best comebacks, in Broncos history.
Right.
But obviously, it all came down to a last Hail Mary. And Trevor Simeon does not have the best arm, but he had the football IQ to get to that position to just win barely. But now that we have George Payton, he was the one who drafted the chef. He gave his input for the chef. And you want to know who's the next star that he gave his input for? Our boy Justin Jefferson. That was his guy. You get where I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I see
He
where
also drafted your boy from UCLA. Was
Anthony Barr.
He drafted. He was the one that wanted Anthony Barr. He got Anthony Barr. He also got Smith, the safety.
So he has his eye on
Yeah,
talent.
those are his boys. Yeah, if you go back and look, because he was assistant GM, so he said these are the guys that they gave him some freedom. Because Cook was a second round pick, so they probably like, who do you want paying? And then he was like, let me get Cook. And then look at him now.
He's cooking all over the NFL.
And then they asked him because I think because Payton was supposed to, he was going for other jobs, but he said, I want Denver. He was about to be Carolina's GM. Can you imagine Payton already drafting studs going to Carolina? So I'm glad that we have him, and I'm glad that he said it. He was like, he still likes what we have going on the offense. But can you imagine if he was our GM last year, we would have had Justin Jefferson instead of Jerry Judy.
Could have, would have, should have.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to the future now for the Denver Broncos. When it comes to the drafting aspect, but I don't know if Vic Fangio is gonna take us.
I'm not looking forward for Dallas. Dallas Cowboys drafting other than Jerry Jones is gonna do something stupid again. That's all that's gonna happen.
You guys have it, but your ownership is what's bringing you guys down.
Although I'll admit to you this time, right here, I'll crawl on this one. So me,
what you eating? For what you eating?
Trayvon Diggs.
I didn't told you. I didn't told you week 2. I said it. Week 2. I said
for real. He for real.
I told you guys.
So
you guys gotta be. You guys gotta be on here, man. You guys gotta tune in, man. We find talents. We get more right than we do wrong. I guess it's fair to say, right? We could even be humble about it. 75% right, 25% wrong. Or we could go 60.
I'd rather it's more 60-40 than
Yeah.
I'd rather be err more on the let's err more on the caution side. Just but
so
there's I will say this: there's people that already told me straight out that the 5-6 players that we were touting really hard about that those were it.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, because we don't judge off of look at this shiny toy. He's so good in college, or he's so good here. It's like, no, we will sit back and we will watch tape. Kind of like Brandon Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the best statistically speaking, but when you put on the tape, you're like, oh shoot, this guy is mossing kids left and right.
He for real, he over there playing. He's a grown man playing with little boys.
Exactly. And then when we looked at Justin Jefferson, we said that he wasn't the best route runner, but as you pointed out, he positions himself to make it seem like he beats you out,
and he will get the rock. And if he can position himself and get himself in the right area, he will get that rock. And we've seen some spectacular catches.
Exactly, and that's all positioning. When we said it, he has the dog to go up and fight. But we also said that it was going to be up to Kirk Cousins, to make to see if he gets on the ball. And we obviously know that what happened in that last game where he said, pass me the damn ball.
Yeah, well, not in those words, but
but he said it that way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we definitely even said that he would be the number 1 taking over Adam Thielen. So, and then, like I said, but this year, I believe me and Ink are going to be a little bit not a little bit, but way more caution, because a lot of college players didn't play. And then, a lot of games were canceled due to the C-19.
Yep.
We're not going to say it.
COVID.
But other than that, dudes, we got nothing else, no news. Let's take our picks for next week, and then we're out of here.
We'll make a video for the drawing for the Madden.
We will do that.
We got to do that by tomorrow.
let's do that then. All right. We'll do that by tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. So, do you have the spread?
I do not have the spread. I did not. You know what? Here,
You wanna
because
wanna pull it up?
my phone was dying. That's probably why I never
Okay.
got the spread. But
So
here, let me.
it's coming down to crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. Probably now we're gonna be talking about in the next pod, um, college players, right? Because
Yeah.
now we're down to the last 4 games. Then it goes down to 2. Then it goes to 1. Then we got to prepare for off season. And then free agency. When does that start? Starts on March, no? So February, everybody gets the time off, and then March is when free agency starts.
Okay, so here we go. We got uh the Rams plus 6.5 points against the Packers.
Why are they doing that? It's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a close game. That's too much. Why are they giving Rams so much favor?
That's what I'm seeing. So, but I'm still riding with Aaron Rodgers, with
Yeah.
a bad man himself.
Give me MVP. I'm taking Green Bay. And you said 6
Minus 6.5.
minus 6.5. Jeez, Aaron Rodgers win by a touchdown, bro.
You should.
All right.
Then we got the Ravens plus 2.5 against Buffalo.
Buffalo's underdog?
No, Buffalo is the favorite. Ravens are the underdog.
Oh, my bad. I got confused. Give me Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo. What are you doing? Are you going to the dark side?
I might go to the dark side, dude.
Yeah, valimos. That's it. It's a wrap.
I'm going to the dark side. I'm taking Baltimore.
Ugh. Come see me.
Big trust.
Come see me.
Come see me. Big
All right.
trust. Woo woo.
So what we got? The next one should be the Browns in Cleveland, no?
The Browns versus the Chiefs. The Browns are getting 9.5 points.
Give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns to cover the spread.
You guys are underestimating the Browns gonna be the Browns.
Especially after Sammy Watkins started talking shit. And hold on. Let me speak a little bit on that shit.
Well, let's get through our last
Okay.
spread, and then we'll get to
We'll
it.
get to that.
Wait, Tampa
And
Bay
then-
versus the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints are -3. So you get 3 points with Tampa Bay.
It's gonna be a wash.
I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'll take the Saints, but believe me, it's gonna be a wash. None of us are gonna win this. It's gonna go down to 3 points.
More than likely.
Yeah. So
So let me speak on it real quick.
Alright.
So Sammy Watkins over here, I guess he was playing man. I'm hoping he was just talking about it, just being on a Madden game that it ain't even a contest. Now, you talking about this, not even a contest, and you online, you talking like that real loud, and you playing the Browns this week, dog. You ain't even on the fucking side. You're gonna be on the sidelines, homie. You ain't even gonna be between the chalk. What the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing, dog?
he's getting his own team riled up. It reminds me of a Shannon Sharp moment. I don't know if you've seen that when they said, I didn't like playing with Shannon Sharp because he would go on the sideline. He'll get the team's defense riled up. Like, I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna get you.
But see, here's the difference. Shannon Sharp is a Hall of Famer and 3 Super Bowl rings.
Not 1, not 2,
3.
3.
And with the piece of shit quarterback too, he won that ring with.
Hey, that
But
2000 Ravens defense.
But that was because of Ray Lewis that got him that. But
Mhm.
Shannon Sharp did came and produce for that team.
That's my guy.
Sammy Watkins, who the fuck is you again?
What do they call? What's the saying goes? Ring chaser.
Yeah.
So
So, you mean to tell me you're gonna start popping off at the gums because you got Patrick Mahomes, because you got Tyreek Hill, because you got Travis Kelce. You're gonna start popping off at the gums because you guys got high power caliber type players, but you is nowhere to be found, dog. You gonna talk a big game, but you gonna be nowhere to be found. You gonna be on the sidelines just like me.
Yeah,
You gonna be on the sideline.
he's out.
Me, and you could be on the sideline, dog. We can be chilling, talk about the game, watching the KC. You want to talk about fucking Cleveland and all that? How they can clap
Hey.
or whatever the case is? Hey, we can talk about it all day, all night, dog. I got no problem with that. But you're gonna be doing exactly what I'm gonna be doing, chilling on the sideline, homie.
Hey, well, what would you think if the Chiefs lost?
Oh,
I'm just saying.
if the Chiefs lost this game, it's gonna come down completely squarely on Sammy Wong. I would fucking get rid of that fucking piece of shit if that happened.
Hey, I think it will be the new curse. Don't
Don't
say
talk.
it.
Don't say.
Don't say the Browns gonna beat the Browns.
Yeah, that's sort of like
Yeah.
so. Me and my buddies, we have a curse that actually does happen. So
Just tell Ink who you want to win.
no, not like that, not like that. So it was so whenever we were getting in fantasy football, like this was 2 3 years ago, people were getting ready to win. You know what they did? They dabbed on us. They would dab
The Dabkers.
the dab curse, and you know what ended up happening? We ended up coming back on anybody who would dab on us. We would come back and you would win. So
Dab on it.
so we say do not dab on people because it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. And it all, dude, the whole season people would dab and it come back to bite them in the ass.
They would dab purposely.
they
They'd
would-
just be like,
Yeah, just to see if it was for real, and it happened, dude. I believe it, dude. Just like I believe in the Matrix right about now, bro. Like it's fucking for real, dude.
It's
It's
real.
the fucking curse is real, bro. So you
Yeah.
gotta be careful.
That's funny, dude. But all right, dudes. No dabbing, no insulting the Browns, and we gonna be just fine.
Because I'm not gonna lie, dude. I went in on fucking Juju Smith Schuster.
Oh yeah.
I went in on Chase Claypool as well. As much, I'm not gonna lie. Sammy Watkins as a player, I probably don't like him as well. Not that much. He's like he is to me what Kelvin Benjamin is to you.
Ugh. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Calvin Benjamin.
So-
Ugh.
For him to pop off at the jaw, please don't lose. But here is the thing. You have absolutely nothing to do with the outcome of this because you're going to be on the sideline.
All right, dudes. That's gonna be it for me and Ink. So we thank you guys once again for joining.
Thank you so
the
much for
audio
joining.
quality, I'm pretty sure, is like a bajillion times better. And best believe we are also gonna get the video quality to be a bajillion times better. So
Trust.
we thank you, dudes, once again for being patient. We thanks for everybody that's supporting us.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all we can really say. Just thank you guys, and we
Thank you.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. And like I said, don't worry. We ain't forget about that Madden gift. So trust, we're going to get that out to you guys.
All right, my dudes. It's your boy Champ,
It's your boy, Ink.
and we outro.
Peace.
Peace.